Why would I enroll my child in martial arts when he's already aggressive? Why would I have somebody teach him to become more powerful and more precise when he's punching others? This question is so common, and I've heard it so many times over the many years of owning a martial arts school. But what if I told you that martial arts can actually help children learn how to harness that aggressiveness and use it in a positive way? But before I get into that, let's go ahead and define that word aggressive. According to Google, the definition for aggressive is ready or likely to attack or confront, characterized by or resulting from aggression. This seems to be the most common definition that most people think of when they hear that word aggressive, especially parents. The synonyms for aggression include hostile, belligerent, combative, and violent. All of these words come across as negative and nothing we would want a child to mimic. There's also another definition for aggressive, and that is pursuing one's aims and interests forcefully, sometimes unduly so. The first part of that definition is worth reading again. Pursuing one's aims and interests forcefully. One might assume that word forcefully is in relation to others, such as forcing your will upon others, or that you are trying to accomplish a goal or overcome an obstacle by forcing the other person to do what you want. But forcefully could also mean that a person is forcefully overcoming their challenges and obstacles in order to achieve a goal, not relating to hurting others or making them submit to your will. This is also known as positive aggression. Positive aggression is using our aggression in a controlled manner to achieve a positive outcome, using that aggression as fuel to do good things in life, and ultimately to also set boundaries in our lives. The synonyms for that same word, aggressive, also include competitive, energetic, dynamic, and bold. I would say most parents would love it if their child became competitive, energetic, dynamic, and bold. As you can see, being aggressive is not always a bad thing. It can be used to accomplish positive things in our lives. The last thing we want to do is suppress that incredible gift our child has been given. So many times we see children lashing out and displaying violent and aggressive behavior because there is an underlying issue that has yet to be addressed. They either are having trouble communicating or they just don't know how to use that energy in a positive way. Either way, that high energy and boldness can become the strengths of your child if they learn how to use them properly. I can tell you with the utmost confidence that martial arts can help children turn their violent and aggressive behavior into positive aggression. But it all comes down to philosophy and culture. The philosophy and culture of the martial arts school is what matters most. Even in mainstream sports, if the coach is yelling, cursing, throwing chairs, and telling the team they must win no matter what it costs, those children on the team can now start behaving in more violent ways and showing that violent, aggressive behavior. And on the flip side, you could have a martial arts school that has a philosophy and culture that is centered around being compassionate and having self-discipline, which is also then being shown by the instructors to the students. You will then see those children learn how to turn their violent, aggressive behavior into positive aggression. It really doesn't matter if the child is being taught to either kick a ball or a person. What it really comes down to is what are the behaviors that are acceptable and encouraged in the environment that that child is learning in. When a martial arts school is more outwardly focused, you'll start hearing things such as defeating the opponent or battling the opponent, beating the other person you're fighting against. You could see an increase in violent, aggressive behavior in that child. Or if there's an emphasis on combat, fighting, or self-defense, that child is now being trained to think in terms of combat, fighting, and self-defense. But when a martial arts school is more inward focused and more about gaining better control over our own emotions, our own behaviors, this is where we can see positive changes happen in that child. A focus more on the art and self-expression is when you see a martial art teach a child how to turn those gifts of high energy and boldness into something positive. When a child is taught about the importance of serving others, the focus is no longer on themselves. And this is also when we can really see a decrease in that violent, aggressive behavior. I'm not just talking about this as if it was a theory. I've seen hundreds, if not thousands of children learn how to turn that violent, aggressive behavior into positive aggression. But I can only speak for those students who went through our program. I hope this helps you make a more informed decision on how you feel about martial arts increasing violent, aggressive behavior in children. While this can definitely be the case, it can also help children turn that violent, aggressive behavior into something positive. I strongly urge you to take consideration of the philosophy, culture, and environment that you're having your child take part of. And just because our friends are having their children join a soccer team, we still need to confirm that culture and the coach is going to be teaching your child how you want them to be taught. And if you're wanting to give martial arts a try, be sure to check out the video where I cover in depth all the things that you should be looking for when doing your search. Best of luck and see you at the next one.